It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? 15 points if you know what that's from. Go 90s. I felt like I would do a video log thingy-majigger outside today because it's so beautiful. So I'm just sitting out here, probably gonna smoke a cigarette. I guess you could consider this puff time number 2. I know I mentioned doing puff time like every day or every week or something, and how long's it been now since I did that? Like a month, 2 months, 3? I don't know. Don't smoke. Smoking is bad for you. So anyway, as you guys know, if you've watched any of my other videos where I just talk aimlessly for about 20 minutes, you know that I go to therapy, in Raleigh. And my therapist, she's a great therapist. She's very easy for me to talk to. She's not really condescending or judgmental or any of those, which is always nice. I don't have some, 60-year-old lady I'm talking to who's, 2 generations ahead of me, or behind me, whatever, who has totally different views. Life was different back then, yada, 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 so she's sitting there judging every breath I take because I'm gay, and back then it was wrong, and right now it's still considered wrong by some people. But anyway, that's another tangent for another day. Which it's a common reoccurring theme in my videos, but honestly, why wouldn't it be? It's a serious issue. Anyway, so I went to therapy the other day, and I had a major breakthrough. Major breakthrough. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the cicadas you can hear because I live in the woods. I already mentioned this in my other puff time, but I repeat myself a lot. It's probably a problem, but yeah, so anyway, I had a breakthrough. Okay, so the whole reason I started going to therapy is because I wanted to discover or figure out who I am in life and where I'm going in life and what I want to do in life. Because this, as far as we know for a fact, it all depends on what you believe in, but this is all you got. This is your one life. Now, I sort of believe in reincarnation, not like you come back, depending on your karma, you come back as like a bug or you come back as like a majestic, beautiful bird, Not like that, but more like when you die, your body is buried in the ground, and your mind and your soul stay together, and they go to a baby that is born, because every day somebody dies and somebody is born. Now, it's more than one person, but I don't have a exact statistic, so I'm just going to go with every day someone dies and someone's born. Do you think it just makes sense to me to say that once somebody dies, their mind and their soul go into a baby, and they don't remember anything from their past life directly? Like, they don't just go, oh wow, I was just reborn into a baby. They don't do that because obviously babies are fresh to the world, they're new, they don't know anything. So what happens in that whole leap from your body in the ground to a baby's body is just so much for your mind to handle that everything's wiped, but there's still when you have deja vu, or when you have weird crazy ass dreams that you've never done, or you see people on the street that you can swear to God you've seen before but you just aren't exactly sure. I think those are lingering memories from before, from your past life. I've had vivid dreams where I was a Nazi. That's really scary, I know, but my family, my heritage is German, so I might have been a Nazi in my past times, and then I still have somewhat vague memories of killing people. It's scary, and sometimes it's pretty cool, because you could have dreams that are really, really, really cool and crazy to think about, but you could have done that in your past life. So it's ridiculous. I don't know. Probably makes no sense and probably sounds really stupid, but it's what I believe. Sort of. I don't know. So anyway, my whole breakthrough thing was I had been going to therapy to figure all this stuff out, and I'm the type of person where I have perfection doesn't exist tattooed on my chest, but I'm a perfectionist, which is really ironic. But the way I've been seeing it for a while now is I'm here, okay? I want to be here. I want to be this person up here. I have, I'm about to be 21 in less than. I'm about to be 21 in like 11 days. 10 days. What's today? 21st? Yeah, like 10 days I'm going to be 21. Holy crap. And I still have not come to terms with that. Like, it hasn't hit me yet. I still feel like I'm like 18 right now. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to be 21 years old. I just don't. It's weird to me. Because when I was talking to some of my friends at work, they were like, well, I was pregnant when I was 21, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, obviously I'm not going to be pregnant ever, but it's just like crazy to think. Like, if you went around to everybody or to a whole bunch of people and did like a survey, and you were like, where were you when you were 21? What were you doing? Some people would say I was starting college, I had just got my master's, or no, damn, they'd have to start early. Yeah, I just got a degree, or I was just getting my first job, or I was, getting promoted, or I was scaling the Grand Canyon with a pole vault. Like, everybody would have a different answer. And my answer, I'm just trying to figure myself out. That would be my answer. But I have this image up here, and I'm right here, of what I want to be. I'm a homebody. I like to stay home more than I like to go out and party and go to clubs and stuff. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to, I'd like to get wasted just like the next young adult. But if I could choose to go to a house full of people that I did not know, where there's drinks and drugs and stuff, or the choice to stay home and play with my puppy and go on Tumblr, make videos, play games, whatever at home, I would choose to stay home because I don't like being around people I don't know. It's an anxiety thing for me. I get really stressed out, worked up. I just don't like being around a whole lot of people, and that's okay, You don't always have to be around millions of people and all that. So anyway, but there's people, now I'm not saying that I want to like go with the flow and peer pressure and all that, but there's people who are my age or younger or a little bit older that do that. Like every weekend they're out, partying, getting drunk, smoking, doing all this shit, having a good old time with their friends, which is, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But, I'm more of the person who likes to stay home, avoid the big crowds and stuff, and it's like, when you see all these other people that are out having a good time, not getting date raped and not, having a problem or getting kidnapped, it's like, well, it's possible, it's capable, but there's always that chance, and I always get worried about that for whatever reason. Even if I'm going somewhere that I know the person, I know people there, I still get anxious, and I still get nervous, and I haven't quite figured that out yet. Like, I don't know why. But, so when I was talking to my therapist, I was like, I'd rather stay at home, and that's kind of sad, I know, or, well, I feel bad, or blah, 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 blah. And we kept talking, and after we finished talking about what we were talking about, my therapist was like, I noticed that you kind of like, you sounded disappointed in yourself when you said that. Like, you sounded almost like, yeah, I guess, staying home's okay. I guess, whatever, yeah, sure. I didn't sound too pleased with myself that I like to do that. And she was like, it sounds like you've got this perception up here of someone you want to be. You want to be someone who's social, who gets along with people, who people like, and people want to be around because you are capable of having a good time and all that. But you're not that way. She was like, you need to stop trying to be up here or over there or where. You need to become comfortable with where you're at right now, and you need to be comfortable with who you are right now, and you need to stop trying to be someone that you've got this idea of. And I sat there and I looked at her and I looked, because when I'm thinking, I like I look everywhere. I just kind of stare off in the distance like, oh. And it was like someone had turned on a light bulb in my head. And it was like, it clicked. It clicked. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. That is it. I don't have to be somebody else. I don't have to now I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be like, well, I want to be a doctor. But I'm not a doctor. So, I'm just satisfied with being someone who wants to be a doctor. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, if you want to be a doctor and that is your passion and you would love to help people and stuff like that, then, take the steps to do it. But I'm saying, if you're saying, I would rather be, I'm an introvert. I would rather be an extrovert. I'd rather be like a go-getter and always going and always making friends and, just like being the one who everybody likes to be around, to talk to and stuff like that. But I'm not, but I really, really want to be because, everybody likes to be around that kind of person, Everybody likes to be, with that or, all that. Just because you feel like you're not good enough or you're not the right person that you want to be because you're not a certain way and you're trying to force yourself into being that way, why? Why would you do that? Why not become comfortable with, well, maybe I don't want to go out party. Maybe I just want to sit home tonight. Maybe I just want to, make some coffee or tea or whatever you prefer and just sit down, curl up by a fire, and read a book. And just spend a night, relaxed at home. What if that's what I want to do? I don't see where it says there's anything wrong with that. I don't see where it says that you have to always be going and you have to always be doing this, doing that, doing the other. Now, if that's how you are in general, then that's fine. That's who you are, so become comfortable with that. But you don't have to change who you are just to be liked. You don't. There's always going to be someone that does not like you. And there's always going to be people that don't agree with you. And there's always going to be people who may not necessarily want to be around you. And that's perfectly okay. That's when you need to go and find people who do like you and who do appreciate the fact that maybe sometimes you just want to be left alone and you just want to be alone. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. And I'm realizing that now. I'm realizing it is a-okay, and that's lame as hell, but it is a-okay for me to want to just sit at home like I am today. I'm off work today, and I've been working all week, and today I just want to sit at home and just spend time on the computer, go play with my puppy, just chill at home, make ramen, just have a day where I can just relax and not have to worry about being anywhere, doing anything, making sure, that I'm with somebody and doing something with somebody. I don't have to. I'm perfectly fine with just sitting at home doing nothing. So I guess the point of this video was to say that you don't have to be that person that you see on the street that looks like they've got everything together and they've got like everything worked out for them, because you know what? They probably don't. They're probably just really good at hiding it. My therapist said something that I really liked. She said that anxiety and depression are more common than the flu. Studies have been done on that. Anxiety and depression go hand in hand, and they're more common than your average everyday cold, because so many people go through anxiety, and so many people are depressed or become depressed or have been depressed in their life at some point. So many people do it. Every day, people have anxiety and people have fear of just things that may seem ridiculous to other people, but they have fear of it. And that's okay, because everybody goes through these things, because we're people. We're supposed to. We're gonna have emotions, and they're gonna be different. You know, everybody gets angry, everybody gets sad, everybody gets anxious, everybody gets jealous. It's not uncommon to have emotion. It's not. And even those people who sit back and go, well, I don't care about anything and I'm cool. That's an emotion. Apathy. You know, everybody has an emotion. Some people don't experience certain emotions as much as others might, but every single person out there has feelings and goes through some sort of emotion every day. Some people go through more than one, multiple times at different points. Some people have them more extreme than others, but everybody goes through different emotions. Anxiety and depression are the two most common. People don't like to talk about it when they're depressed. People don't like to go and say, hey, I'm depressed, or hey, I've been depressed. It's something that some people just aren't comfortable discussing because they don't want to explain why. Because they don't know why, or they just don't feel like putting themselves out there and telling the world why they're depressed. Some people just don't like doing that. They're just not comfortable with that, and that is okay. Some people are more comfortable with opening up and talking to people about their problems and trying to fix them or solve them or whatever, and that's okay too. But everyone has their moments. Everyone gets stressed out and everyone gets frustrated at some point in their life, and it's normal. And that's something that I'm learning. You know, it's not just me. It's not just, something that I go through. It's something that everybody goes through. And if you're going through that right now, you're not alone. Don't ever feel alone. And don't ever feel like you're the only one who goes through this, because there's other people out there who have been through it or who are going through it, and they can help you if you want. And just don't ever feel like you're alone and you're by yourself when it comes to this type of thing, because other people are out there just like you going through problems and they don't know how to handle them, and it's okay. It's all right. So I hope this video helped people feel a little bit better about not knowing who they are and about being stressed and about being depressed. And I hope that it helps, or I hope that it kind of clears stuff up a little bit for people, because it's hard. We're not always going to have the answers, and that's something I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the unknown. I don't like it. I like knowing things, and I don't like when I'm put into a situation where I don't understand something, because I like to be able to know what's going on, why it's going on, and when it'll stop. But you can never know everything, and even if you did know everything, there'd still be more. So just don't be discouraged. Don't be too down on yourself, because it happens to everybody. So this video is probably really long. Yeah, it's really long. It always happens. But I'm going to stop it here just for sake of time and for sake of rambling way too much. But just remember, before I stop this video, that if you're going through any situation or anything where you just feel so just bleh, it's okay. It's okay. Other people go through it all the time. And you're not alone. Just don't ever forget that you're not alone. And you don't have to be this person up here. It's okay if you're this person down here. Just become comfortable with yourself, because that's who you are. And who you are is who you are right now for a reason. You may change. We all go through change. But right now, you're where you are for a purpose. So, thank you for watching, and just, I don't know. You're great. How about that? We'll just end that with you're great and you matter.